Hey guys, French per here. So the new gun, the Perforator, is what we're going to look into kind of deep when it comes to really hard mode. Okay, so about the evolution Purge challenge, how do you make that gun useful? That's kind of what I wanted to go with. I kind of realized really quick that you have to associate this gun with something strong, okay? With something not just strong, I would say, that synergizes with it, okay? So I made a special ENZO build, which, by the way, is really cool because it also goes with the new ENZO buffs that he got recently, and I will go in depth into that. So super interesting synergy we have there. Other than that, just so you know, I'm currently the ENZO what we call harder, so super cool. I'm not first, doesn't matter the platform. PC can do better right now, at least. So yeah, so I get to have fun, I get to try super cool stuff, and still be the best. Now, I don't think, I'm sure someone will beat me soon, but I'm just decent. So, let's go over this really quick. So how to make the Perforator cool, like really cool to use and fun and strong enough, I would say. Not the best weapon in the game, but close enough, okay? So buff. Enzo got some buffs recently, okay? He got focus fire, which is basically it lets you potentially have your drone back up the whole game, okay? You use this ability once, but you have your drone becomes your best friend. It's right there, it stays with you, it helps you, it just carries you, it gives you buff. It's like super cool, okay? That's like the best solo Enzo build ever, and that's super cool that you can just rely on yourself and not just be a support, even though the support is cool. So if you look at the bottom here, it says firearm critical hit rate increase max shield times 0.2%, okay? So let me show you what it does, and let me show you what it does to the Perforator, okay? So let's switch to Perforator right here. Okay, so Perforator right now has a 37.26% firearm critical hit rate, okay? Extremely important to crit with this gun, because as you can see, 5.7 multiplier on the firearm critical hit damage, and weak point damage 7.8 multiplier. Okay, so this gun has insane multipliers if you are accurate and skilled. If you have skill issues, you are going to have a hard time. But anyways, now check. Okay, I use my ability, my turret, and now I have 49.8%, okay? So that's what it does, super cool, super interesting. That's kind of what I'm going with here. So let's go. It's a bit really quick, just take a screenshot, basically a whole bunch of shield, a little bit of skill duration, just enough, and also cooldown just enough. So my number one basically has a 23-second duration and a cooldown of 20 seconds, so I can have the reload time modifier that you can see on the bottom all the time, so I can reload extremely fast, okay? Now, but it was a bit the Reactor. Cooldown duration, very important to again nail the cooldown duration, I would say sweet spot for the first ability, okay? This, you don't care, you have it all the time, you don't need to care, just put it one time, okay? Now, and then we have the, this whole set, so extra duration here, extra range, doesn't matter, and fire rate, extremely important, okay? Fire rate means more DPS. Invention reinforcement, I went with reload speed, toxic focus rounds, and something really cool, more shield, okay? Because more shield means more critical hit rate for my gun switch. Alright, so now the part of the video that you really look forward to normally are the guns. So my main gun, still my AoE damage dealer, like the big group killer, is the Restored Relic, okay? That's what I rely on the most, that's like ENZO main weapon, alright? However, the Perforator kind of comes in when I need an extra range, when there is like one enemy left and the rest of the league doesn't kill, I would say, a single target really fast enough. So this is my single target killer, okay? The Mega Boss killer is here, but you need to reload with this gun every time, which makes it slower than the Perforator, actually, when it comes to a single target boss that doesn't have insane HP, okay? So that's what I use it for. That's what I mean by every weapon has a role here, okay? And that's what I found for the Perforator to make it really great, alright? So the rest of the relic, as you can see, well, just check the build, nothing new here, nothing crazy. Multi-hit, based on multi-hit, okay, for AoE damage. The Perforator, I went with toxic cate, firearm critical hit damage instead of firearm critical hit rate, because I found out that what it gives you as a core on critical hit rate is not better actually than the fire on critical damage, at least on practice. Things were not dying as fast or not dying okay. So that's what I want. That's why I went with that. So I think that's the way to go. Payout still extremely important. Every time I pull out this gun, I trigger payout. Okay, or at least I try to. My accuracy is not insane. But you know, critical hit rate, critical hit damage, and more damage. Okay. Poison priority. Just again, I have little ammo, but since I have payout, I can do go third damage. All right. And then yeah, my super mega boss killer, last dagger, which I use one time in the whole dungeon for the very end. So yeah, just tell me what you think guys about that. I'm curious. It's new, like nobody knows everything, including me. I don't know much. I'm just trying to find cool builds that are still competitive. You can get top 10 with this, no problem, easy, okay. So there we go. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more, and see you next video. Probably Clay, just so you know.
Here comes a big one. of supplies.